Finally it do its thing. Hey, what's up, good people? This is WQEB 97.3. Just myself. Not AJ. I am a singer songwriter and host for today, and I'm right here chilling with One Love. How
Yo,
you
what's up?
feeling, One Love? How you feeling?
What's up? I'm doing good, brother, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. Cause like just to give people a little bit of background, I already just have a mindset of like finding new artists.
Yeah.
So just looking around and I saw like your profile and I don't know I call it spirit or just like intuition. I clicked on your stuff and I'm like, oh, okay. He's rapping. So
Yeah.
it's like it's good to hear it's good to hear especially dudes, it's good to hear MCs that are on something other than bullshit.
Yeah,
So
for
it's
sure.
listening to your stuff. I was like, okay, he's actually like saying stuff. He actually feels like he has like a mission.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
so yeah,
Definitely.
give me a little bit of your origin story. Where you from?
Yo, so my name is One Love. I'm born and raised here in Atlanta, but I come from Belizean parents. You know what I mean? So I've been raised around a lot of different types of cultures. You know what I mean?
Mm,
In my early beginnings, I was born on the east side, so it was a lot of different types of turmoil that we was dealing with in the beginning, you know what I mean? But as we
mm,
moved and we transitioned closer to the south side, you know what I mean, I was able to kind of just find myself a little better than where I was at. And so through that, having like four older brothers, you know what I mean, when my parents came to this country, they went to California first, they went to New York, Brooklyn after that in the 90s, and then
mm.
in 95, they came to Georgia and had me. So my influences and styles really just range from reggae music to hip hop to uh, older R&B. I don't really tune into the newer stuff these days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild nowadays. But yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah,
What would you should you said so? One thing that sticks out to me, a quote that comes up, is like from Drake, right? And it's
yeah,
like you rapping like you trying to free the slaves,
yeah.
and not saying that's you, but like I'm just like, yo, he's like one of those people that's like starting like a movement and things, and I feel
We
like,
are. Yeah, we try to free the mental slaves, spiritual slaves,
yeah,
try to free them. That's how I feel like, you know what I mean? We gotta be this time in this day and age, you know what I mean? So yeah, whatever Drake's saying, we don't care what Drake
yeah,
talking about.
so
He gonna
so that so
keep, keep people enslaved still, you know what I mean?
yeah. So now that I brought up that name, I didn't even write this down as a question, but now since we here, um, and I always get a vibe from this question because it's just so enriched with a lot of things. So
Yeah.
what did you think about the Drake and Kendrick feud? Because when I ask people, it brings about an air of like, who did you vote for, type of thing. And I'm like, yo, this is like really wild. So like in the artistic community, that's what it gives me. So
Yeah.
what is your take on that? And just of like, because they're both of them are very different artists in general, and they have different messages. So
Right.
what are your thoughts on that?
I would have to say my thoughts on that type of situation. For one, it's been brewing for, I want to say, a decade plus years. You know what I mean?
Decade plus.
I think Kendrick, as a, I don't know a guy personally, but I feel like based off of how his character has been and character has moved, like he was he was kind of using the game and not really trying to be used by the game. So I feel like
Yeah.
he might have aligned, or like Drake said before, like he was on tour with Drake in the beginning, you know what I mean? And I think he just aligned in the spaces where he needed to get to in order to catapult to where he is now, you know what I mean? So I don't think he was ever really friends with folks, you know what I mean? I think he was really
Yeah.
being strategic to how he wanted to maneuver in that type of game. But to me, they're both in their own mainstream. So it's like they kind of operate within
Mm,
the same fields and the same rooms and the same companies, you know what I mean? So it
Mm-hmm.
took me, with my business mindset, it seems like if we're talking grocery stores, it's Publix versus Kroger. You know what I mean? Like you
That's
get
wild.
they same
they
distributors. You
they
know what I mean?
beef in and
They sell the same things, it just come in different packages. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like I just feel like it was a win-win for whoever is in control of whatever they got going on. You know what I mean? That's how I really see it. But at the end of the day, like in the spirit of hip hop, that's what you kind of want to see. You don't really want to see, kumbaya that much. Like
yeah, yeah,
this competition, I get that. But
yeah,
I think it was more so business and like personal for Kendrick. Because if you say in your raps you want to be the best rapper alive, like
yeah,
you gotta stand on that.
yeah,
Like you gotta do the things that's gonna put you in the position to be perceived that way. You know what I mean? And usually it comes with beefs and rap battles
yeah,
and
yeah,
animosity and negativity, you know what I mean? And having to be the bad guy.
yes. This, yeah,
Yeah. So, like I said, it was supposed to be for whatever agendas that was supposed to be happening as far as Kendrick's side and even Drake's side, you know what I mean? And the
yeah,
higher ups above them that get paid from all of it, pretty much. You know what I mean?
mm,
So I think they're just pawns in the overall
mm,
scheme of who control hip hop, you know what I mean? Because
mm,
everybody's trying to play catch up from 2020. They gotta make their money somehow.
yeah. Mm. So with like, I guess with that line of like you rapping like you're trying to free the slaves, and you said like freeing people from of like mental slavery, and I'm on a similar wave as well. Like it's like you like that's why I appreciate your music and your artistry, because it's like there's a lot of stuff out here that's just mindless, because it's like people be like, this is conscious rap. It's like what's the alternative,
Yeah,
unconscious rap. So
yeah,
I like that. I like your flavor. And then it's like I listen to stuff like it's war, and then like to like you listen to It's War, which we're gonna play today, and then
yeah,
you listen to Locked In.
yeah,
It's like two different vibes, and like but you saying something on both of them. So
exactly.
it's like so what is your viewpoint on that of like, because it almost seems like it's like you're using like art as a community service.
Thank you.
So what is that for you?
That's very well put. I had never heard of it like used that way in the community
Yeah,
service. It is. It's my service to the community, my family, my people, my nieces and nephews, my human race. You know what I mean? My ministry. Like I feel like this is something that
yeah,
God
that's what it is.
placed. You know what I mean? Placed in my heart to use as an avenue to communicate the things that I felt like I've had questions for a long time. You know what I mean? And the
Mm,
answers, like I said, the pandemic was something that I feel like I got a lot of answers to. You know what I mean? I feel like God really sat me down, like prior to everybody being sat down,
mm,
that I needed some answers to questions that I've been having since I was a kid. Like I've always been that kid that just look past what was given to me in the surface. You know what I mean? So I
mm,
feel like Locked In was like my synopsis of literally being locked in the crib and having this energy and this passion that I need to get out, and but still
yeah,
still giving you some type of knowledge and some type of understanding and how I even felt like that in the first place.
mm,
And then as we escaped that reality, It's War came about from me noticing the what's the word I'm looking for, like the remnants of what happened behind the scenes while we was in the house. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
who all was coming into power and what things was happening and the shifts in schooling and how people were acting. Like it totally showed me like, wow, like we've always been in a mental and spiritual war, but it seems like it got kicked up a little bit higher.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely war out in these streets, and it it seems like it's ramping up a bit. So I'm grateful that to have a brother in arms as
For
far as
sure.
like rap, and then like brotherhood. So yeah, I think that's real dope.
I appreciate
So
that.
but yeah, we're gonna get into this track by One Love, It's War. which I wouldn't mind being slid the instrumental to this because this thing is fire. But but yeah, so yeah, we're gonna play One Love It's War. So yeah, this is WQEB 97.3, and this is It's War. Don't worry. Look, I ain't into the back and forth. You can take that to court. Young Jedi, proficient with the force. You've been losing in the game. Check the score. It's the fourth. You down 23 splits with the white Henny. You love snow. Taking trips with Jenny. Same Jenny from the block. So your nose stay runny. So many wipes on the nose looking like you. I ain't no dummy. Money coming cases like mummies. While your homies catching cases like dummies. I would've laughed, but seeing the system win just ain't never funny. Oh yeah, war. Oh yeah, we at war. Yeah, gun trap, booby traps, money sacks, and the demons getting paid off for all of that. Yeah, war. They get paid. The hood got 5 more years on its sentence. The hood got more beat than lettuce. They got our music sounding like a death fetish. That's hot, dog. They still relish, embellish the truth. They won't tell it. Constant death and sex, they will sell it. And we gon' buy it, cause our lines been frying. 5G's just to take you out. Asian fried wings just to call you up. Government schemes so the babies don't grow. Saving on your job even after you old. It's no soul, it's no spirit. It's trying to open it to the truth, they won't hear it. It sound like Jesus came back today, so don't fear it. Getting extra close to the son of true near it. Yeah. I'm at war. I'm at war. Yeah.
That's my joint.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I love performing that joint.
What do you say?
I said I love performing that joint. That's my joint.
Oh yeah, I can tell that goes live. I can that live at live. That's dope. But yeah, man, thank you for coming out. Thank you, One Love.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce you to even more people that already know you. I'm just like, I'm looking like this man's production is already top tier. Like, what's going on here? But yeah, man. So I appreciate you for coming out. Thank you for your artistry. And yeah, we'll chop it up, man.
I appreciate you, AJ. Thank you again. Thank you to the platform. You know what I mean? Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate it. And anytime you want to have a sit down, just let me know, brother.
Oh yeah, definitely that. So yeah, I'm here. I'm not AJ here at WQEB 97.3, and then we can go ahead and sign out. Peace, y'all.
Peace.